My beloved child, today, as you read these words, I want you to know you are here not by accident. I see you. I hear you. I know the weight that has rested on your heart for so long. I know how many times you have felt alone in your room, speaking to me in silence, wondering if your words dissolved into the air. Hear me now. Every whisper, every sigh, every tear that fell from your eyes has been gathered, counted, and remembered. Nothing in you has been ignored. Nothing in you has been forgotten. You have come to this message at the very moment when your soul has grown weary from disappointments, from hopes that seem to collapse. You have said to yourself, maybe nothing will ever change. Maybe this is simply my fate. But even as you spoke those words, something inside you refused to die. That small, stubborn flame in your spirit is my breath within you, keeping you from surrender. That is why you are here now. That is why these words are before you. I am near, closer than the beating of your heart, and I speak gently to you in this moment. Archangel Michael stands invisibly beside you, not as a fantasy, but as a symbol of my protection and strength surrounding your life. When life feels too heavy, when your thoughts weigh you down, I send help in ways you do not always see. I send comfort in ways you do not always recognize. I send opportunities that seem small, but later open great doors. My child, after these few minutes you spend here with me, I do not promise magic, but I invite you into a deep inner shift, one so profound that the rest of your life can begin to move in a new direction. Real change is not only about what comes to you, but about who you are becoming with me. You have been told many times that good things will come, and you have waited. That waiting has been painful. I've seen you look at others and ask, why not me? Why are others chosen for love, success, happiness, while I remain behind? Hear me clearly. You are not left behind. You are not rejected. You are not invisible. You are not cursed. There were doors that did not open because they were too small for the greatness I placed within you. There were people who left because they could not carry the responsibility of loving someone as deep, sensitive, and strong as you. There were delays because I was strengthening your foundation so that when I build something great in your life, it will not collapse under pressure. Today, as you read this message, I am touching the places in your heart where disappointment has dried up hope. I am touching the memories you do not want to revisit, the nights when you prayed for a miracle and woke up in the same reality. I know the anger you sometimes feel toward me, but are afraid to express. I know the confusion when you ask, if you love me, why is this so hard? Listen to me now, honestly. The fact that the path has been painful does not mean I abandoned you. The fact that someone betrayed you does not mean no one will ever come for you. The fact that your blessings were delayed does not mean they were denied. There are blessings with your name on them that could not arrive while your heart was still tied to the wrong people and false stories about yourself. Archangel Michael, in the language of your soul, represents the courage you need to step into the new chapter now opening. The 5 minutes you think about are more than numbers on a clock. They're a signal that your time of staying in the same mindset is ending. What you never imagined receiving begins with what you never imagined believing about yourself. You believed you were too late. You believed you were too broken. You believed your age, your appearance, your background, your past, your mistakes, your failures, or your current situation disqualified you from a great destiny. But I, your God, tell you the opposite. What you see as weakness is exactly where my grace shines brightest. You look at your life and see missing pieces. I look at your life and see raw material for a masterpiece. You see lost time. I see wisdom gained. You see people who left. I see space I created for better ones. You see closed doors. I see protection behind those doors. You see reasons to hate yourself. I see reasons why I chose you. When you say you are not enough, I answer, you are more than enough. You do not need to chase approval from those who cannot even approve of themselves. You do not need to beg anyone to see your worth. I saw your worth the moment I created you and breathed life into you. Today, I invite you into a sacred agreement that you will no longer throw your heart to those who treat it as small, that you will no longer shrink your gifts out of fear that others will be intimidated, that you will no longer lock away your dreams out of fear of failure. Failure is not your identity. Struggle is not your identity. Pain is not your identity. Your identity is loved. Your identity is protected. Your identity is chosen for transformation. Even if the world never gives you the recognition you desire, I give you something greater: purpose, peace, and inner alignment with who you are destined to be. There were times you cried out for help and no one came. Remember those hours when your mind was heavy, when you even wondered if life was worth continuing. I was with you in those thoughts. Every time you chose to stay, to breathe again, to hold on for one more day, heaven celebrated your decision. You did not realize that your quiet choice to remain alive was one of the bravest acts of faith. You did not know that the forces of darkness planned to use your pain to destroy you. But I protected you in ways you cannot fully understand. Archangel Michael, standing beside you, is a sign that your battles are not fought alone. My child, the luck you fear losing is not luck at all. It is the flow of grace and opportunities that open when you stop agreeing with voices that say you are nothing. When you run from messages that inspire you, when you let negative thoughts define you, you step out of harmony with what I am doing in you. So when you see words like "do not miss this," "do not ignore this," I want you to understand them more deeply. Do not miss yourself. Do not ignore your future. Do not miss the healing your heart longs for. Do not ignore the voice within you that is tired of repeating old patterns. I'm not threatening you. I'm inviting you. What you never imagined is not only money, opportunities, connections, or breakthroughs, though I can move in all those areas. What you truly never imagined is living in peace that does not collapse under circumstances. You never imagined looking in the mirror and feeling genuine compassion for yourself. You never imagined loving yourself without conditions. You never imagined waking up and feeling your place in this world. You never imagined having healthy, mutual, and safe relationships. You never imagined letting go of comparison. You never imagined rejoicing in tomorrow instead of fearing it. But I tell you now, these are not fantasies for you. They're the life I am preparing for you. This is the part of life I want to awaken within you. I gently place my hand on the wounds you hide from others, the shame from your past that you still carry. I see it. The secrets that make you feel too unworthy to share. I see them too. I remember the moments when you compromised your values out of fear of losing someone. I recall the times when love hurt you so deeply that you swore never to trust anyone again. I was there, feeling every crack in your heart. I do not condemn you for the choices you made while trying to survive. I do not abandon you because of mistakes. I do not label you by your lowest moments. I am the one who sees your entire story and says, even here, I can build something beautiful. You have asked me why some people betrayed you. You cried over those who spoke behind your back, those who lied, those who used you, those who took advantage of your kindness. You wondered if it was foolish to love so deeply. Listen, my child, deep love is not your weakness. It is your strength. Your mistake was not in loving, but in giving that love to people who were incapable of valuing it. You planted seeds in cracked soil and wondered why no flowers grew. I'm not angry with you for trusting the wrong hands. I am leading you now into a season where I will teach you to guard your heart without turning it to stone. There are blessings I have reserved for the version of you that knows your worth. There are doors that will open only when you stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. There are relationships that will appear only when you stop accepting half love, almost love, instead of unconditional love. And there are opportunities that will come only when you stop saying, I'm not ready, and begin to declare with my support, I am ready. You may fear change, but stagnation has already hurt you too long. You cannot step into what I have prepared for you while clinging tightly to what I am asking you to release. So I speak to your mind now. The spirit of fear that constantly tells you to expect disappointment is not from me. The voice that says nothing good will last for you is not from me. The whisper that says you're cursed, unloved, or doomed to endless suffering is not from me. I am the voice that says, I am not finished with you. The best is still possible. There is a future worth walking toward. Yes, you have faced situations that shattered your expectations, but I will use even those as training for your discernment and wisdom. What wounded you will not control you forever. Heaven does not play with your emotions. I do not toy with your hope. I am not asking you to cling to unrealistic fantasies. I am asking you to let me begin again with you. Begin again in your thoughts. Begin again in how you speak to yourself. Begin again in what you believe you deserve. Begin again in how you respond to life. When you choose to accept my truth about you, you step into a river of new possibilities. People may still doubt you, but they cannot stop what I am growing inside you. Circumstances may still challenge you, but they cannot diminish the strength I am awakening in you. Archangel Michael, in the story of your soul, serves as a reminder that you are not too weak to fight. You have angelic support in your journey, but that support meets you when you take steps, even hesitant ones, toward your healing and your calling. When you decide, I will no longer abandon myself, all of heaven supports that decision. When you decide, I will stop returning to what broke me, heaven stands with you. When you decide, I will no longer define myself by those who hurt me, the atmosphere around you begins to change. What you never imagined receiving begins with what you never imagined choosing. Choosing yourself, choosing growth, choosing faith, choosing to move forward. Do not fear that ignoring this message will cause your luck to vanish or something bad to happen. I do not want you to live in fear of punishment. I want you to realize how valuable your choices are. When you ignore the gentle pull toward healing, hope, and wisdom, you do not lose me, but you distance yourself from the peace that could be yours. When you keep saying no to growth, you remain planted in soil that no longer nourishes you. My child, it is time to say yes to your own life. It is time to say yes to the version of yourself that is brave, loving, wise, and awakened. It is time to say yes to the guiding hand I extend to you right now. You have talents and gifts buried under self-doubt. Ideas are born in your mind that could change your life in small and great ways. But fear has shouted louder than inspiration. You tell yourself, I am not smart enough, not educated enough, not skilled enough, not connected enough, not attractive enough, not lucky enough. I say, you are enough for the next step. You do not need the full map. You only need the courage to take the next right step. Every time you act from faith instead of fear, you create a new story. Every time you choose kindness over bitterness, you break an old pattern. Every time you pause to reflect instead of reacting in anger, you create a different outcome. I am preparing connections that will nurture your growth. I am preparing opportunities that match your maturity. I am preparing moments when you will look back and say, now I understand why I had to go through that. It shaped me into who I am today. Those who misunderstood you will no longer have the power to define you. Those who mocked your dreams will not be the ones who write your destiny. I did not create you to be a background character in your own story. I created you to walk into your purpose, trusting that I will meet you in every new chapter. My child, I know you are tired. I know there are days when you move through life on autopilot, doing what you must while feeling them inside. I do not blame you for your exhaustion. But hear me, I did not create you for constant depletion. I want to restore you slowly, gently, consistently, not with empty promises, but with small changes that grow into great transformations. New thought patterns, new boundaries in relationships, a new level of self-respect, a new courage to rest without guilt, a new openness to receive support when it is offered, a new willingness to begin even when you feel afraid. The miracle you never expected may not arrive like fireworks. It may come as the gradual transformation of your inner world. And as your inner world changes, your outer world will begin to reflect it. Where you once said, I only attract pain, you'll begin to say, I attract peace, love, and opportunities that align with who I truly am. Where you once said, I'm always left behind, you'll begin to say, I belong to myself and to the future I am building with God. Where you once said, nothing good lasts long, you will begin to say, deep blessings are taking root in my life, and they will remain. Do not think your story is finished. The page you are on now is not the final chapter. There are moments of joy you have not yet experienced. There are quiet mornings of fulfillment you have not yet known. There are places your feet have not yet walked where you will say, I never thought I would be here. There are people whose paths you have not yet crossed who will cherish your heart instead of breaking it. There will be moments when I surprise you with exactly what you need at the perfect time. When you stay connected to me and true to yourself, you do not need to chase what is yours. It will find you in its appointed time. Right now, in this very moment, I want you to breathe. Feel the air filling your lungs. That breath is my gift. With every inhale, I remind you, you still have purpose. You still have options. You still have opportunities. Even if everything around you feels tight and limited, my spirit knows no boundaries. I can inspire you with ideas you have never thought before. I can lead you to people you never expected to meet. I can strengthen you in ways you have never experienced. Yet I will always respect your free will. I will invite you, not force you. I will guide you, not control you. I will walk with you, not push you away. So while this moment lasts, let be your agreement with me. You will no longer speak of yourself as worthless. You will no longer treat your heart as a burden. You will no longer say that nothing changes as if I, your creator, were powerless. You may still feel fear. You may still wrestle with doubt. That is normal. Bring me your fear and your doubts instead of running from them. Even with a trembling heart, you can take a step forward. Even with tears in your eyes, you can choose not to retreat. Even in confusion, you can still say, God, I don't understand everything, but I choose to walk with you. My beloved child, this message is not meant to frighten you with loss or luck. It is meant to awaken you to the truth of how precious your life is, how important your choices are, and how deeply you are loved. Do not ignore your soul calling you forward. Do not ignore the healing you need. Do not ignore the quiet hope that refuses to die within you. Let this be a turning point. Let these next few minutes mark the beginning of a new inner state. Shoulders lifted a little higher, spirit a little stronger, heart a little more open to goodness. I am with you today, in this hour, in this very second. I am with you when you feel strong, and I am with you when you feel weak. I am with you when others celebrate you, and I am with you when others misunderstand you. Nothing in your life has been wasted in my hands. Nothing you have endured has been meaningless. I can weave every fragment into a pattern that will serve you and glorify the love that created you. Go forward now, knowing this. You are not forgotten. You are not unlucky. You are not abandoned. You are seen. You are guided. You are loved beyond measure. What you cannot yet imagine is already on its way, being reborn in your heart and flowing outward. When you choose to listen to my truth about you and remain close to me, you will see step by step that your story is far from over. It is unfolding even now on today. I speak to you in a way that touches the deepest parts of your heart because I see you, I know you, and I have never forgotten you. You are reading these words not by chance. I directed your eyes, your mind, your hands, and your time because there is something I want to establish within you once and for all. You're not abandoned. You are not behind. You are not invisible to me. You have felt time moving faster than your progress. You have watched days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and quietly asked in your heart, when will it be my turn? Today I tell you, child, this is not just another ordinary day. This is a turning point, a spiritual moment where I am shifting everything in your favor, even if you cannot yet see it. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now. You may not see him physically, but spiritually he is a sign for you, a warrior, a shield, a radiant light pushing back the dark thoughts and attacks that have pursued you. He whispers to your spirit. After this moment of obedience, after this decision to listen, you will receive what you never imagined possible. You have heard many promises. People promised help and then disappeared. Situations began with excitement, but ended in disappointment, leaving you afraid to trust, afraid to hope, afraid to believe that something good could truly last in your life. But I'm not like those who left you. I am not like those who used you and then abandoned you. I am the one who protected you even when you did not know danger was near. I am the one who kept your mind from breaking when everything tried to crush you. I am the one who kept your heart soft when betrayal wanted to turn it to stone. Right now, as you read, I breathe new strength into your soul. I know the battles you never speak of. You smile outwardly but wrestle with inner storms no one else sees. Today I cover those storms with my peace. You feel the urgency, the sense that something important is happening. Your spirit is restless because it knows change is near. That is why Archangel Michael says, do not ignore this moment. Do not treat this message as random. Heaven is drawing near to you. You worried about timing. You thought perhaps you missed your chance, that you should have done more, that your time had expired. But I tell you, your time has not expired. Your time is being rewritten by my hand. What seems delayed is being rearranged to make room for something greater than you planned. When you feel luck never stays with you, remember, you do not live under fortune. You live under my love. Luck may come and go, but my favor toward you is rooted in my heart. You think doors closed because you failed, but some doors closed because I loved you too much to let you walk into a trap. There were people you desperately wanted to keep in your life. You fought to preserve connections that secretly drained your spirit, your joy, your dignity. I allowed some of them to leave, not to punish you, but to protect you, because their presence would have delayed the blessing I am preparing for you. You remember those late nights when you cried silently, telling yourself, no one understands what I carry. No one sees how heavy this is. But I saw every tear. I collected them. I remembered them. Not one was wasted. Today I speak to those tears. I speak to the part of you that is weary, that feels like giving up, that feels like nothing truly changes no matter how much you pray. I touch the place in you that has grown numb from disappointment, and I awaken hope again. Archangel Michael has stood before battles you never knew were aimed at you. He pushed back betrayals forming behind your back. He prevented accidents, sudden losses, and hidden traps designed to destroy your future. You did not see it because I acted before they could reach you. When you asked why life felt so heavy, You did not see how much heavier it would have been without my intervention. When you felt everything collapsing, you did not see the spiritual war being fought for you, not against you. Today I reveal to you, you are more protected than you think, more surrounded than you feel, and more loved than you have ever been told. You see 5 minutes as a small thing. 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of attention. But I tell you, I can use one moment of your heart truly open to me to change years of delay, pain, and confusion. These next moments are not about superstition. They are about connection. They are not about fearing that luck will leave you. They're about choosing to stop running from the love that has been chasing you. Do not ignore what your soul feels right now. The pull, the stirring, the quiet voice. You have rushed through so much, distracted yourself from your own pain. But here you stopped. You felt something and you did not ignore it. That small act of pausing opened a door for me to speak deeper. I am preparing blessings for you that touch not only your material life, but also your inner life. I want to free your mind from the constant noise that tells you you are not enough. I want to heal the memory of the moment when someone's words shattered your confidence and made you doubt your worth. You blamed yourself for what was never your fault. You carried guilt for someone else's choices. You quietly asked, "What is wrong with me?" When in truth, the problem was never who you are, it was how others treated you. I created you intentionally. I made your heart tender, your spirit deep, your mind awakened and searching. I created you more sensitive, able to see more, feel more, and perceive more than others. Not because you are weak, but because I designed you to be receptive to the spiritual world and to the emotions of people. The world may have tried to label you as too much, too emotional, or too intense. But in my eyes, you are exactly who is needed, crafted with the perfect measure of compassion, courage, and spiritual sensitivity for your calling in life. You are not a random existence. You have a divine purpose. Archangel Michael is not here for decoration. He is beside you to fulfill his mission. Your life is not simply about surviving day by day. Your life is a story of salvation, transformation, and influence. There are people whose future healing is tied to your testimony. Archangel Michael is guiding you away from certain doors. There are places you feel tempted to return to, but every time your spirit feels heavy, restless, uneasy, that is your warning. That is your spiritual alarm saying, "Not there, not again, not this time." I speak to you through peace and through the absence of peace. When something is not for you, I allow discomfort in your spirit that you cannot ignore unless you force yourself. I am teaching you to be sensitive to these signals. I am teaching you to trust not only what you see with your eyes or hear with your ears, but to know me deeply in your intuition, in your inner silence, in that quiet voice that speaks softly yet firmly. You have asked me many times, "Give me a sign." You wanted bright, undeniable signs. But my greatest sign for you right now is this: you are still here. You are still reading. You are still breathing. You are still drawn to me, even after everything. This pull is not ordinary. This hunger is not random. It is me, calling your name again and again. Yes, there's promise in what comes next. Yes, I prepared blessings that will surprise you. But the greatest miracle I am working is inside you. I am healing how you see yourself, so you no longer live as though you are beneath everyone else. I am healing how you see me, so you no longer view me as a distant judge, but as a loving father walking with you through every detail. Archangel Michael rejoices when you choose hope over despair, even in small things. Every time you decide to speak kindly to yourself instead of tearing yourself down, heaven notices. Every time you choose to pray instead of exploding in anger, heaven notices. Do not underestimate small steps. A heart that turns to me in little moments is a heart I can transform in great ways. The spirit that whispers, "I still believe after the tears," is the spirit I can lift into places it never imagined. You think there is nothing special about you. You compare your life to others and feel behind. But comparison is a thief, and it has stolen your joy for too long. Today, I remove comparison from your eyes. I remind you that your path is unique. Time, opportunities, relationships, breakthroughs, all are designed specifically for you. They do not need to look exactly like anyone else's path. There are things I entrust to you that I cannot entrust to others because you know pain, you know rejection, you know what it means to be overlooked. You will carry success with greater humility and compassion than those who never struggled. That is why your preparation has felt so harsh. That is why your training has come through grief and confusion. But I am not the author of cruelty. I am the one who takes what was meant to destroy you and turns it into the very material of your strength. Archangel Michael has watched as the enemy tried to convince you that your story was over. But I tell you now, it is not over. It is only beginning anew. He saw those thoughts whispering to you. There's nothing left for you. That's a lie. Today he refutes it and stands with an unsheathed sword between you and that dark voice. Now I speak louder than that voice. Hear me. Your story does not end here. The page you are on is not the final chapter. Ahead are days when you will laugh from a place within you that you never knew existed. There will be mornings when you wake without a heavy weight on your chest. There will be evenings when you look back and realize you came out of what you thought would break you forever. You are not reading this alone. My presence surrounds you like gentle warmth, like quiet light. Even if you feel nothing, my truth is not confined to your feelings. I am still here, still moving, still working in the unseen. I am reshaping connections. I am guiding some people toward you and leading you away from others. I am opening opportunities that fit who you truly are, not the version you pretended to be for acceptance. Your heart will not always feel this tired. Your mind will not always feel overwhelmed. Your future will not always feel uncertain. I am strengthening stability beneath your feet. I am strengthening clarity in your decisions. I am strengthening confidence in your spirit. Confidence that no human opinion can easily shake. Do not limit my power to your imagination. You expect small changes because people have disappointed you. But I am not a human. I am the one who turns too late into right on time. I lost everything into I am grateful. Loss led me to something better. I know how long you have prayed about your finances, your family, your health, your future. You look at time and think, if it were going to happen, it would have happened by now. But my timing is not delay, it is precision. I do not send breakthroughs when the enemy is still positioned to steal them. I wait until I align resources, people, open doors, and protection. So what I give strengthens you rather than breaks you. What felt like my silence was the creation of a setting that will not destroy your blessing when it arrives. You asked me to answer fast. I chose to answer deep. There have been moments when you felt that luck had run out. You tried, you failed, and you tried again. You faced one closed door after another and began to believe that favor was meant for others, not for you. Hear me clearly. What you call luck does not govern your life. Your path is not determined by coins tossed in the air, cards shuffled in a deck, or random chances in the world. You are guided by my hand, protected by my mercy, and positioned by my wisdom. When a door closed, it was not because I hated you. It was because I would not allow you to settle in a place that would suffocate your destiny. I did not take away what was truly good. I removed what was almost good, the distractions that would have kept you from the greater things I prepared for you. Do not fear what you think you have missed. What is truly yours in my plan cannot be stolen by another. People may copy your ideas, try to take your place, speak against your name, or compete with you in silence, but they cannot steal what I have written over your life. In my eyes, you are irreplaceable. There's a role only you can fulfill, a light only you can carry, a sound only your life can release. You may feel hidden right now, but you are hidden on purpose like a seed beneath the soil. Seeds are buried not because they are dead, but because they're about to break forth in ways that will surprise those who never believed in them. Archangel Michael does not simply stand still. He moves with assignment around you. He cuts invisible cords that tied you to unhealthy patterns. He closes doors to connections that drained your peace, even if they seemed convenient. He shields you from words spoken against you that you never even heard. He stands at the threshold of your next season and declares, "Enough of what was. It is time for what will be." Now is not the time to bow to fear. Now is the time to lift your heart and say, "I am ready to walk into what God has destined for me." You have felt the weight of others' opinions pressing on your chest like a stone. Moments of being underestimated, dismissed, mocked for your dreams, taken advantage of, or abused in your loyalty have left scars inside you. Sometimes you replay their words like a broken record and begin to believe they were right. But today I speak louder than every voice that lied to you. I call you beloved. I call you chosen. I call you capable. I call you needed. I call you beautiful in ways no mirror can reflect. I call you strong in ways no resume can confirm. I call you mine, and that identity is stronger than any label the world tried to place on your soul. Blessings are already on their way to you. Some will look like opportunities. Some will look like people. Some will look like ideas. Some will look like unexpected protection. Some will even look like gentle endings. Not every ending in your life is a curse. Some endings are exits I arranged to save you from paths that led nowhere. You cried over closed doors, but in time you will thank me for every escape you mistook for rejection. I do not punish you by closing the wrong doors. I prepare you by guarding your path. Do not ignore this message. Not because you will lose me if you do, but because I'm freeing you from fears you no longer need to carry. I do not threaten you the way people do. I do not say, "Love me or I will leave you." My love is not fragile. My devotion to you is not fragile. Even when you ignored me in past seasons, I remained. Even when you walked away, I remained. Even when you doubted me, I continued to protect you from dangers you never saw. You cannot drive me away with your weakness. On this day, I urge you not to miss this moment. Not because I count views, but because I count the moments when your heart finally realizes it was never meant to walk through this alone. There are parts of you you hide, not only from others, but from yourself. Moments of shame, decisions you regret, words you wish you could take back, days you wish you could relive. You bury them deep and try to move on, but they whisper in the dark that you are unworthy. I see those hidden places and I do not turn away. I touch them gently, not to shame you, but to heal you. What you fear bringing into the light is what I most desire to restore. The enemy wants you to believe that if the truth of your pain and mistakes is exposed, you will be rejected. But I tell you, when your truth meets my light, you will be redeemed. You say you want everything you never dreamed of. Let me show you what that truly means. It means peace in the storms that once crushed you. It means joy that does not depend on circumstances. It means love that is safe, constant, and real, not manipulative or conditional. It means doors you never knocked on opening before you. It means strength to walk away from what no longer serves your soul. It means clarity where there was confusion, direction where there was wandering, purpose where there was only survival. It means the sudden realization that what you thought was your ending was actually the beginning of something greater I planned. Sometimes you told yourself your best days were behind you, that you wasted too much time, loved the wrong people too long, made too many mistakes, missed too many opportunities. Hear me clearly. I am not limited by your age, your past, your education, your background, or your previous decisions. I am the God who restores years, not just moments. I am the God who can take everything stolen, broken, and misused and weave it into a story so beautiful it silences the enemy who thought he had destroyed you. The same places where you were mocked will become places where you are honored. The same places where you felt humiliation will become testimonies that help others break free from shame. Your heart is tired, but it is still beating. That heartbeat is proof that I am not finished with you. You woke up today, not just to repeat yesterday, but to step into a new rhythm of my presence.